Hey dudes, we're back. I'm showered. There's no makeup on my face. It's my normal face. So, this vlog was supposed to go up yesterday. If my light gets weird, it's because what I'm using for my light is gonna die. Because it's my old phone. Like I did for the reacting to that stuff. Oh, my face looks gross. I need to put some lotion on my cheek. My face. I need to like moisturize my face. Okay, anyways. This whole thing is my top 10 best video game soundtracks. Or not best, but like my top 10 most favorite. I know it says best, but I can't decide the best. Ooh, excuse me. I should probably take some Tums for that. But anyways, so that just puts us right on into the video. So, anyways, numero uno on my list is Unravel. Unravel is one of my most favorite soundtracks of all time. Or has one of my most favorite soundtracks of all time. I listen to that soundtrack so much that I know almost half of it, each track, like half of the songs on the soundtrack by name. My favorite song on the soundtrack is First Steps. When I hear the name Unravel, I think about First Steps. I just picture Yarny, you know, walking all, hey, I'm doing this shit today, motherfuckers. And, it's such a good game as itself, but the music is haunting when it needs to be, and intense when it needs to be, and heartwarming when it needs to be, and that is so good. I love it so much. Undertale, one of the only two original soundtracks that I bought music from. I bought the song His Theme, and then I learned it on my ukulele. This too is one of those video game soundtracks that sticks with you. Because it's like you know it in the weirdest of ways. Like you can hear somebody just humming it, passing by, and you'll be like, oh, that's Megalovania, or that's His Theme, or that's, you know, that's a shop theme. Like that's, there's so many good songs on that track, and Toby Fox is a fucking genius. Deltarune was really well done musically as well. So was that little game that's kind of close to, like, kind of Undertale-y. It's called One Shot. Markiplier played it on his channel. It's with the robots. And that game is so pretty too. There's a lot of lore to that. And some of the music in that is phenomenal as well. But yeah. Final Fantasy. Like, you can't hear Final Fantasy and not think about the music from it. Final Fantasy IX has some of the best music I have ever heard. And in fact, I love that game so much. So much. And I want to play it again on the channel at some time. I don't know if I would do like a series on it, because I feel like it's something that should be streamed, because it's like you want to be immersed, so like you would do 5-hour streams for this game, and you know, I want to do that because it's a really nice game. 10-2 is probably my favorite. There's a scene with Yuna and some dude that I can't remember the name of. When we go pick up, what's her name, I think. I can't remember I think her name is, it starts with an L. Lulu. We pick up Lulu, and, the music that plays through the village, because then you find out that Waka and Lulu are a thing, and like Lulu's expecting a baby, and she's going on this journey because Yuna's a piece of shit. I love Final Fantasy. I do, and I love Yuna, but like the music in that section is really pretty, as well as that time when like Yuna is making out with some dude in a river. The music there is pretty nice too. I really like it, and it's one of those games that as soon as you hear the music, you're like, ah, I'm home, you know? It's so nice. Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares was good in subtle ways, because the music kicked when it needed to, and died when it needed to, and was there long enough to keep you entertained, and certain parts. You can't see that, but I can see that. It's my dog. He's hiding behind me. My shirt's all crooked. But, Little Nightmares is another game I want to play on the channel. I want to play the DLCs, too. Yeah. They're such good music. I keep doing this. Who am I? My name is Bridget. My name isn't Felix. And I'm totally, completely single. I am not engaged or anything. So, Dave, do you mind? Thank you. Dude, can you not? Thank you. He's just over here cleaning himself, and I'm pretty sure he can hear it. But, yeah, so Little Nightmares, there's, like, there's a part with 6, the feast hall is really great. And when you're in whatever her name is, what the fuck is that woman? You know, the head lady. When you're in her house, the music there is really nice too. I had another paper on this. I don't know why it got ripped off. Okay. So 5 is the music in the radio one. You guys heard me gush about that in that playthrough, in that little mini-series. You heard me gush about how beautiful it is. When you're being chased by the guy, and when Daniel has to jump, like, the music kicks up and it's so good. And when you're flying through the sky with the whale, the music is so good. I love that game. I love the game, and I love the music in the game. Because, like, when you're in the house at the end, it's spoopy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so obviously that was going to be on the list. Sims 1. That's one of those games that takes me back to being little with my older brother, and it being Saturday morning and me waking him up and having us just sit and build a box and then max out our Sims skills in the box, and, like, being in build mode and cast so long that you just get used to the music in it. It's so wonderful. And it's one of those weird kind of sick nostalgia things, because I guess sick isn't the right word. Bittersweet, maybe? Because when I hear that music now, I'm like, ugh, childhood. Or like, ugh, I hated this game. Like, some of the wallpapers in that game were so bad. Ugh. You guys, speaking of Sims, Lil Simsy liked one of my tweets today. Yeah, we stan her. We stan her in all her Sims 4 and 3 glory. I would like to see her do a playthrough of Sims 2, if she hasn't. I haven't seen anything like that on the channel. Maybe she should go do and experience the horrors of Sims 1, because that would be phenomenal. Because I can help out with some Sims 1 shit, like, you know? With your bitchy-ass mom in Sims 1. Anyways, this is not about games. So well, it is about games, but it's not about gameplay or character design or anything. It is about the music. So, Sims 1 music. Especially in that beginning part when you're in the hot tub with whoever. It's like, if you're a dude, it's that woman who I used to know the name of. I think it's Nancy. I think it's a Nancy Landgrab. No, it's not. I lied. Lied a lot. It's like your dream date. Because Nancy Landgrab is Malcolm's mom. You know, if you're not into The Sims, you need to get into The Sims, because there's deep lore to be had. That's what I tell everybody when they're like, Bridget, why do you play The Sims? Why do you watch so much Sims content? It's because there's deep lore. Like, when I try to wrap my mind around how old Malcolm Landgrab is, it's so hard, because The Sims 4 is the newest game, but Malcolm is a fucking teen in it. And in The Sims 1, he's like your stepdad. And Dusty is your fucking brother. And then you have another brother, apparently. Or a great uncle, because Johnny Zest exists. Anyways, Sims lore is something that is phenomenal. That game is phenomenal. The music is always pretty good, but my favorite is The Sims 1. It's just like, when you hear it, you're like, huh, that's The Sims. Night in the Woods! Night in the Woods is one of the only 2 soundtracks I bought music from. I bought Die Anywhere Else from the Night in the Woods soundtrack, and I wanna buy the whole thing. I really do. I wanna buy the whole thing. I don't wanna buy the whole thing of Undertale, but I wanna buy the whole thing of Night in the Woods. I identify with Night in the Woods so much. A lot of people can, because it deals with blue collar struggles, you know, like people losing houses. That just happened to me. It's gonna happen to me twice, actually. But oh wow, I almost made myself sad. Ugh, stressful. But Mae Rofsky has like anger issues and like hyper depressive disorder, and I'm that same way in terms of the anger issues and having really high highs and really low lows and nightmares. I have night terrors to beat hell, dude. Like, that is why I love Markiplier so much, because when he's doing his chill streams, he'll sit and talk to you about bad dreams and like horror playthroughs. He'll sit and talk to you about all his nightmares and ones that he's had, ones that he hasn't had, or not hasn't had, but like ones that didn't really scare him that much. And he's been like, yo, I have nightmares like every night. And I mean, same. Literally same. I'm supposed to take a medication for it, and the only reason I don't is because it's like benzoamphetamine, which is like a sub-ingredient of meth or something, and I don't want to do that. But I take like a sleep aid. So yeah, there's that. So I do take a sleep aid, but it's not falling asleep and staying asleep. It's like night terrors. What's that game called? What's that game called? I don't know what it's called. Jacksepticeye played it. Game Grumps played it. Nighttime. Woo! No, it's got night in the title. I can't remember what it's called, but that's the song. That's the song. Night Shift? Night Watch? I'll look it up and then put it in the thing right here. I'm gonna have to upload this through YouTube itself because I'm not gonna cut this video short. iMovie makes you do it at under 15 minutes. Not even 15 minutes on the dot, but under 15 minutes. So. Okay. So, the next one is Fable 3. Because every time I think Fable 3, it's music that I can, like, okay, somebody was playing something on the channel, on their channel. I don't know if it was Markiplier, Game Grumps, Jacksepticeye, I don't know who it was off the top of my head, but they were playing this game and there was this part in it, and it sounded like the fight theme for Fable 3, where it's like the mean driving part in Fable 3, you know, the song that plays when you're fighting. Stop the morning two ladies, no. And the sword, blunderbuss. See, sword. Fable 3. You have gauntlets. It's very piratey. I wish they would put boats in it. I would like to have a boat Fable game with the same deep lore. Fable 3 is my favorite, though. I've beat it 4 times. I do love the music in that a lot. In fact, I listened to that before I made this video. So, Abzu. Abzu is composed by the same guy who composed Journey, but I want to play Journey on the channel because it is, I'm told that when you see it or experience it for the first time, you cry. And that's a very genuine experience, and I want to experience that with everybody here. All 16 of you. No, I'm really grateful. Actually, just because a lot of you guys are actually my friends in real lives, and you don't have to do this. In real lives. How many lives do I have? Shout out to Kelsey, who works with me. And my brother's girlfriend, and my best friends. You do know who you are. And, you know, anybody else who watches out of the curiosity of what it is, who I am. Anybody else who watches me and knows me and is like, this stupid bitch, because same, but that's not what this is about. This is about Abzu and how the music does a lot of storytelling in that game. Sometimes you will hear bad music before the bad things happen, and sometimes good music plays during bad situations, and it's kind of like oh yeah, I'm gonna come out on top. So, when your shark buddy dies, he doesn't actually die. So there's weird music that plays. I mean, it's kind of sad, but it's also like, hey, don't lose faith. And I think that game is trying to be like, don't lose faith in the situation. Keep going, like, to the player. But then, when you get to fucking fuck shit up with your shark, bro, there's this fucking phenomenal music that plays. I just spit on my forehead. But it's so good. It's so good. So good. So good. Okay, so number 9, or wait, that was 9, this is 10. Number 10 is Red Dead 2. My little brother actually picked a song off the soundtrack to use in this situation. And the song that he was like, hey, I like this one, is The Fire in Your Eyes from that. And I listened to that soundtrack yesterday, just so I can make sure that I agreed with him on that. I listened to that song and then the rest of the soundtrack. I do have honorable mentions, though. God of War 2018 remake. Or not even, it's not even a remake. What the fuck? It's God of War 4. Ignore me. The music in that is pretty good, except for it seems like you only hear it in cutscenes. And I know that that's kind of the way it's supposed to go, but at the same time, it's supposed to be immersive and engaging and keeping your attention without distracting you from the story. And all the games that I've mentioned have the ability to do that. So I don't understand why God of War 2018 couldn't, really. Or maybe it's just like, maybe it's one of those situations where I need better headphones so I can hear all the low rumbly like bass lines and then all the spikes. Maybe it's one of those situations, but yeah, I made my honorable mentions list. And then next on that list is Bendy and the E Machine. I want to buy that entire soundtrack. I do. It's one of my favorites. But it's an honorable mention because it doesn't change up its tone a lot. Which is kind of a point because it's supposed to be a horror game or like a thriller, and the music is all spooky. It's all spooky, which is nice. But I would like some cooldown tracks, or I would have liked some cooldown tracks on that. So when you get done fighting Boris, when he goes bad, or is bad, or it's bad Boris, or, you know, I would like a moment after I've won the battle, you know. I don't play that on the channel too. I love Bendy and the Ink Machine. Bendy and the Ink Machine. Ah, such a jam. Probably listen to that after this. Next on the honorable mentions list is Cuphead. Cuphead has some of the best music I've seen a video game have. It's such a good video game. It's a video gamey video game, you know what I'm saying? But there's parts of it that are kind of bullshit. And obviously, that was the thing last year, right? Was last year? I don't know. I've had a long, 3 years. Whenever that was, it was very known that game was bullshit. But the music in that game was so nice. It was like 20s, 30s, 40s swing music, you know? So good, so good, so good. So good. Mr. King Dice. That's such a good song. I love the songs on that track. But that's it, you know. That's all my honorable mentions and all my top 10 lists of favorite video game soundtracks, you know. So let me know how you feel about everything. And then let me know some of your favorite video game soundtracks. You know, that shitty Aragon game I presented earlier. It's got some new music too, but don't you hate it when there's 4 good songs on it, there's so much potential, and then they just waste it by doing other shit? I'm watching my big screen too. Sorry. My eyes seem more center up here though than they do down here. So that's why I keep watching that, is because it looks like my eyes are center. That's kind of creepy. I am a demon. Rawr. No. Maybe when I'm feeling good enough, we'll do like a movie soundtrack, which of course, movie soundtrack top 10 list, which of course would obviously be, Jurassic Park would be on that list. The OG Jurassic Parks. I like the Jurassic Worlds, but you know, like, they're kind of bad. At least the second one is. The first one was fucking phenomenal. The second one was over the top, but the dinosaurs were so good in that one. And there's really good elements in Jurassic World too, or Jurassic World: The Lost Kingdom, or whatever the fuck. There's really good stuff in that, but. So if we do a movie one, maybe we'll do a top 10 blah 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 soundtracks, top 10 favorite TV show sitcom soundtracks, top 10 favorite 50s movie soundtracks, or like, you know, whatever have you. The Holiday, that would be on my movie soundtrack. Maybe we'll do that. Let me know how you feel in the below. And don't forget, fuck off with your bad selves. Peace.